Universities. They're a nice place where people grow and develop, or an elite business that steals all your money. I've gone to two of them. My experience was definitely God, I'm broke. Students might be broke, but running a university, here's how you make the big bucks. So let's do it. I like money, why not? But I can't just start at a university, right? Well, kinda. Sega published this game, 2 Point Campus, where you run a university, so this'll be my test run. Psh, how hard can it be? 2 Point Campus is a Sega published game made by 2 Point Studios, which I just found out is technically owned by Sega. This is technically a sequel to 2 Point Hospital, which I also did play and thought it was really cool. So clearly, they had a winning formula in order to make a sequel, so what makes it so fun? Well, let's dive into it. So, 2 Point Campus is a sim game where you run a university. That's what you will be doing throughout the game. So how does that work? You just run a class and that's it? Well, no. The game incorporates many different aspects to take into consideration. This game can become very complex, but it also is simple for anyone to start playing and have fun. The developers don't just toss you in the different modes. They can help you learn how to play the game. There are 3 different modes. You have the challenge mode, sandbox, and campaign. The campaign mode acts as your tutorial and story mode. Let's start there. 2 Point County is where the game takes place, and your job is to rebuild the universities that used to be around. Megacorp, the massive corporation, had bought out 2 Point University since they were running out of funds and just weren't able to run successfully. So your job now is to help the university start back up again and be able to make profit to upgrade the university back to its former glory. That's it. The story is not the main focus of this game. It's simple but does its job well to teach people how the game works. You start off with a simple class, and as you progress you run more and more subjects. You can run multiple subjects at a time or run one, it's up to you. But in order to run your class, you need a lecture theater and a teacher. That's the bare minimum, and theoretically you can start the academic year, but if you do that you might run into issues. You're gonna need a janitor to ensure the campus stays clean, machines are being maintained and upgraded, or keep an eye on security. Your staff is also going to need a staff room to rest and recover energy, because trust me, students are annoying. That's just the staff. For your classes to make money, you need students, and your students will ensure the campus is an actual campus. Since just like your staff, they need dormitories to rest, they need bathrooms and showers. The students also need food and drinks, so you have to make sure there's enough for your student. This is where you need to strategize the layouts of your campus. Since everything requires space, you have to plan your layouts. You can't just toss everything all over. It needs to be optimal. If you need a new room and run out of space, either you have to buy a new plot of land or reorganize your entire university. This is where the strategy you use is going to come into play. You aren't just the dean, you are the architect of this university, so build your rooms and plan it out. Some of you may think, just make the room small, but you don't want to do that. Rooms have a minimum requirement in order to be built. Some are larger than others, but you can build small rooms. Ideally, that won't be the best though, since every room has a prestige level. These prestige levels can improve the overall happiness of your students and staff. The happier they are, the more they will learn and perform their duties. How do you get the rooms to have higher prestige? Well, you need to decorate. You are also now the interior designer of the campus too. Design the rooms as you want. Add carpets, make them larger, or add posters and other decorations. These are the ways to make your rooms have higher prestige. You don't need to have the posters seen. You could hide it behind a closet. Either way, it's still there and it will still increase the room's prestige. Even if it doesn't make sense, put a Jasmine Odyssey poster behind a cabinet and it will still count. The prestige is very important in that regard, so just do it. Nobody will be able to see it, but hey, if it works, it works. Alongside decorating your rooms, you can decorate the outside campus and campus corridors. For the interior of the corridors, you can put benches, entertainment items, and anything to please the students. Outside is the same. You can add benches, entertainment, or stuff to please students. Honestly, the students will be the one to make the most requests to you. While you're running your school, you'll get notifications about what your staff or students need. Mainly it's the students, like I said earlier. Sometimes it's for things to complete their assignment, but sometimes just because they want it, and you have to decide, do I appease these people and be a kind dean, or say, nah, they don't need it? It's up to you, since you want to keep an eye on your kudos. This is the currency that allows you to unlock more stuff, since you won't have access to everything right away, and this mechanic is one of the only downsides of the game, since sometimes you don't have the necessary kudos to unlock some of the things. Your students are gonna ask you for things to complete their assignments, and you're not going to be able to get them. That is the only time this mechanic sucks, because really, when you don't have enough to get a bookcase or a supercomputer, your students are going to fail the assignment that is required for that item. However, even if students fail the assignment, they can still pass with high grades or graduate the university. This is the only thing I would say is a bit of a misstep in this game, but still doesn't dramatically make your job impossible. Not just that, there are many ways to acquire kudos. Throughout the game, you will meet career goals that hand you kudos for meeting those goals. It can be as simple as building relationships, educating students in certain subjects, or even making enough money. Remember, we like money. Outside of career goals, you have random assessments that happen. These assessments will test you on several different things. It could be anything: overall happiness, actual grades, healthiness, literally anything. But they can get you some kudos as well. Not a lot, but hey, it's better than nothing. The last major way to get kudos is through research. Universities are famous for conducting research, and this game lets you conduct research. Not on students though, so this is very unrealistic, but the projects you end up working on can provide kudos, but also can make you money and can help you unlock more equipment for your university. The new equipment can be unlocked with kudos, or can be unlocked by having one of your janitors work on the machine and upgrading it to have better equipment. Your equipment can help increase your campus's learning power. That increase in the learning power of your students can be dramatically helpful. The same rings true for the library and private tuition. The library is the place where your students will study and level up their knowledge on their subject. The private tuition also helps students, but only individually. However, it is very powerful for individuals who are near failing. Again, the items in these rooms can help the students learn better. Remember the prestige level? That plays a role in this. This is where you see how important the actual studying of your students is, since some maps give you money specifically for teaching them, and it helps with the challenges. Your students can play a massive role in how you succeed. This all seems simple, but it's easier said than done, so there's quite a bit to consider, since there is so much to think about. If you aren't being careful, you could get overwhelmed, but that's kind of where the fun kicks in. You have to manage everything going on. You can't just leave your students and staff with nothing. If that happens, the staff will want to resign and their work will be impacted. Same with students. They will decide to drop out even if they have straight A's, or will refuse to pay tuition, impacting your profit. You could do that? What the hell am I paying my tuition for? Yeah, the students can do that, and if students end up not paying tuition, you may have lower funds. Your profits are what's gonna let you hire your staff, build rooms, and have money to do what you need. This is where a large part of the challenge in the game really starts to show. If you are constantly losing money, you will not be able to reach requirements in order to run everything. You can take a loan, but you're gonna be paying off interest to the banks. But even after the loans, if you don't have the funds, you are pretty much screwed, since there is nothing left. Luckily, you can restart in the campaign mode, but be careful. You don't want to do all that work for nothing, but restarting can help you avoid mistakes you made last time. Even though you are essentially doing a job, this can be very fun, and when you see how much profit you can make, it can be super worth it. You do a lot though. You are hiring, so essentially you are the hiring manager. You build the rooms and approve what rooms are built. So you are also the construction crew and architect. You tell your staff what to do, so you are the dean, hear the requests of the students and staff, making you essentially the human resources, and handle the financing of the university, so add on financial advisor to that list. With all the jobs you have, you are going to end up with a Pornhub resume. This is the main thing you will do in this game, is run the university, and the different modes can add a bit more flavor to it. Sandbox mode has different settings for your enjoyment. Standard, which is balanced, creative, which has everything unlocked at the start, and you also have a larger amount of money to begin with. You have the harder mode, which is more challenging, and custom, where you can start off with different settings. You can choose what settings to have. This mode also still has the star mechanic from the campaign mode, but changes them from the original and slightly makes changes to the locations. You can come here to learn more, or just have a fun time with the game, since you can end up playing this game for hours. It's addicting. Not just that, you have the last mode, challenge mode. This mode is that little extra challenge for players. They have you focus on different things in a certain time limit, so you have to be more strategic. But if you're not into this, you can ignore it. I think the other modes are already fun enough. But this is a nice addition. 2-Point Campus is a lot of fun. You can spend hours just trying to make the ultimate university with the best staff, research, campus, and students. Makes you want to keep playing and improving the university. Sometimes I feel that 2-Point Hospital was a little more filled, but I played that game near the end of its cycle. 2-Point Campus is still getting updated, and even now it still has a lot in it. I think I just missed the cafe from 2-Point Hospital, but this game already has DLC and is getting updates. But I played the base game only and still had a lot of fun. 2-Point Campus can be a challenging game, but it's simple and fun so that people can understand its mechanics and be able to design the university of their dreams while also having enough challenge to make you want to keep playing. Not just that, but the developers added a lot of personality into the game. Like the announcer you hear makes a lot of comments that make you laugh.
Attention! Your finger is not a toothbrush. Is technically, but not socially, optional.
The staff and students can be seen doing charming things or just outright weird, but it are things that add to the enjoyment of this game. They didn't have to do all that, but it adds to the enjoyment. There are also a lot of quality of life additions, pause time so you can build rooms right away, slow down time to do things faster in comparison to everyone, or speed up time because you know exactly what you're doing and just want to make money. Go into your policies and allow your staff to take breaks so they're not as tired. Change their pace automatically. There is so much to this game and it is so much fun. This is a charming and fun sim game. If you can, try out 2-Point Campus. It's a lot of fun. And who knows, maybe it will actually teach you how to run a university. But that's about it. Hey, this makes it a lot of fun. But yeah, you guys have a good one and take care.